If need be, I'll re-record. All right, quick update on things. First thing first, Bitcoin did pop over 30K again for the first time in 1 week, which is a good sign. And that might be because, well, there's been a few things up. There's a new ETF that may be approved, and that is through ARK Investment Services. And that is Kathy Wood's investment company. And that one looks like it's got a great chance of being approved. Let me see if I can find it here. There's a short 2-minute, 22-second video here with her talking about that. So I'm going to play that so you guys can listen to this. All right, so that gives us a little bit about what's going on with Bitcoin. There's multiple potential ETFs out there that could be approved. And if they are approved, obviously it's going to push Bitcoin up because then you're going to have a lot of people purchasing these ETFs, which will have to purchase Bitcoin to back them. So it's going to bring additional people into the Bitcoin space. And just to recap, where Bitcoin was at the start of the year is in 16.8 in early January. And it got to as high as, I believe, 31, maybe close to 32 or so here about a month and a half ago. And it's been trading sideways ever since. Dipped down to about 28.8, somewhere in that range, mid 28s, and went back up a little over 30 today and is bouncing back. Let's see where it is now, 29,836. So it's really kind of trading sideways, which is really good. This is a healthy market. This is really what we want Bitcoin to do. Go up, trade sideways for a while, go up, trade sideways for a little while. You don't want it to go parabolic up, because if it goes parabolic up, you're going to have a big downward push because people realize it went up too quick, right? Unbridled enthusiasm out there. So we're trading really, really well. And as I said before, I think in the last call, I believe we have moved into the bull market. We just may not have realized it yet, but I believe we have moved to the bull market. Bitcoin always leads a charge. However, if you go down to number 5 here, XRP, since they won that lawsuit about 3 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago. They won that lawsuit with the SEC. It went from 30 some cents to 84 or 85 cents. And now it's trading back down to 63, 64 range. If it gets to the upper 50-cent range, that's where I'll be buying a lot more again. And I do already have quite a big bag of this of XRP, but I will add more. With XRP goes XLM, Stellar Lumens, another good one. And I believe that one is trading. Let's see if we can find Stellar Lumens. Here we go at around 14 cents. And that was, 8 cents around the same time. And that jumped up nicely. I think went up to around 18 or close to 20 cents before it's pulled back, which you want. It goes hand in hand with XRP, very similar. Chainlink has taken a little jump up. It was 5 not long ago. Now it's 750. Usually in past bull markets, the last two, Chainlink has led the charge because it's an oracle, right? It's in like 7 different blockchains. Without Chainlink, those blockchains don't function properly. It really wouldn't function properly. So Chainlink is an essential crypto out there. When you look at it, there's probably about 10 to 20 essential cryptos out there, and not I would call essential, very good, strong tokens that I would call strong that are out there. Avalanche being one of them that is like an Ethereum type, but serves different purposes, more on the business side. Bitcoin Cash, which I have had a bit of and regret not buying more when it was in the $90 range. It jumped to near 280. Again, just to recap on those that the SEC said are not going to be an issue. Bitcoin Cash is one. Bitcoin is cash, meaning being a security. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. Let's see where Litecoin is here. It might be higher up. Dogecoin, I believe, is another one that follows in there. Cardano is in a radar, but I don't think Cardano is going to fall under that. Same with Polygon, which is Matic. Polkadot was on their list as well. Here's Litecoin at $84. They had jumped over 100 at one time. Definitely a good long-term one. Again, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are basically forks off of the Bitcoin blockchain, as well as what is the one I'm blanking on right now? Let me see if I can find it here. There's one other one, Digibyte, which is really, really cheap. Let's see where Digibyte is. Near Protocol is really cheap at 136 here. And Aave at $66. Aave is decentralized finance. Let's see where we can find Digibyte and where it ranks. Theta here at 73 cents, number 61. I think Theta had been at number 16 at one point during the bull market. And again, that's the one I'm most bullish on basically compared to any other crypto out there because it does so many different things. Let's see if we find Digi in the top 100 or not. Sandbox, number 50, 40 cents. I still believe in Sandbox. Still believe it's going to be a strong one. VeChain as well. Let's see what we got here. Nope, not seeing Digi. So Digi must be out of the top 100 right now. And of course, Shiba Inu, another one of the meme tokens, really has dropped quite a bit over the past couple of years, but has had a nice increase over the last 2 or 1 week here. As you see, certain ones, it's always good to follow CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. These 2 different ones I tell you to follow. Let's see, here's CoinMarketCap right here. These are 2 good ones to follow just to see what things are doing in the market. Which ones are up, which ones are down, and why they're up or down. It's where you learn a little bit. Hedera, HBAR, there's been some stuff out on this. It's definitely a good longer term one I do like. And again, it's up 22% over the past week, which is pretty good. Most are down, as you see, over the past week, but there are a few that have gone up. XDC, another potentially solid one. Tezos, which I like, is under $1. I like it, don't love it. It's just a good one. Theta is down a little bit, back to 73 cents, which is a buy range for me. Decentraland, 37 cents, definitely a buy range. ApeCoin, $1.87, don't love it, but for those who like the NFTs, it could be a solid play out there if you believe in it long term. Gala, which I do like, basically a break even over the past week or so. But go through your top 100, see which ones have gone up and which ones have gone down. Just good practice to do for the week, for the day. you see where trends go and what looks good and what what ones aren't looking as good. I still like Silica, although it's really faded over the past year or so. But definitely something to look at. Let's go on to the next thing that's potentially pushing Bitcoin up before I get to the PayPal stablecoin. So MicroStrategy, which is basically a Bitcoin company in essence, because Michael Saylor's bought so much Bitcoin, has done another raise or is doing another raise right now for 750 million. He wants to buy 750 million additionally worth of Bitcoin. If you go back 2 years ago to 2021, in July and August is where Michael Saylor started his Bitcoin investing with MicroStrategy. That's where they first got in there. And it has done nothing but totally make this company incredibly liquid and incredibly strong and grow a lot. And again, if you're in the stock market and you want to dabble in something that's Bitcoin related, MicroStrategy is a good one to pick up. It's basically, in essence, a Bitcoin company. And my uncle, he does buy that one. Just he doesn't own Bitcoin foolishly, but he owns that. But that's something he's doing. It's something a lot of people are doing. But 750 million additional coming into Bitcoin would really push it up. If these ETFs get approved and people start buying, these companies like BlackRock, ARK Investments, once they start buying, you're going to see a really big push up in Bitcoin. And when you see that really big push up in Bitcoin, you're going to see all the altcoins then follow suit, because they just follow Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's the leader. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, those will lead the way. The other ones will follow suit. This has been the case for the last couple of cycles out there. And I'm not sure if I talked about this in our last meeting here, but 2 years ago, when I looked at when Bitcoin started to drop, is when I started to really think about this. Last year, I went to the Bitcoin conference, and these mining machines were anywhere from 10,000 to 17.5 for these miners. And then this year when I went, the prices were way, way down, 3,000, 2,500. And I saw this company there and I spoke to them about it. We talked about the timing, and next year, basically around April, is next Bitcoin halving. And for those who don't know what the halving is, every 4 years this happens with Bitcoin. So the rewards, the Bitcoin rewards you get by mining get cut in half. So if you're still mining it, you need Bitcoin price to double just to stay break even on the mining. Typically, it way more than outdoes that. It goes way beyond that. And so I bought 10 Bitcoin miners. I may be buying 10 more here soon, but I kind of want this to play out till September before I decide what I'm going to do. But I'm leaning towards it. If I do see a surge in Bitcoin price, I will buy those other 10 miners. I did pick mine up for $2,300 each, and I would pick up 10 more at around the same price and pay maybe even as much as $2,500. I don't have to maintain with this company. They maintain everything. If it goes down, they get the repair guy. I have to pay for the repairs, but these are brand new machines I got. So hopefully these will go for a while. That's why I'm testing it and see how this goes here. I noticed today my productivity went down. There could be a machine went down. So I got to reach out and find out if that's an issue or not. But the point is, I'm playing a double play here. Bitcoin, I'm betting Bitcoin price to go up over the next year. One. And two, with Bitcoin price going up, people will be paying more for those miners to mine it. More people will jump into mining. Then I could potentially sell the Bitcoin miners for a profit. Maybe if they go back over 10K again, sell them for 10K, and then make that additional amount on the miners plus the Bitcoin that I've mined during that time. Odds are I'll probably only sell a few of the miners and keep the other ones going. But that's why I kind of want to get 20, 25, maybe 30 of these miners. Just a thought I have going. If anybody's interested, I can connect you with a company if you want to talk to them about buying 1, 2, 3. Basically, for each machine, you pay $190 a month maintenance. Plus, I do the cleaning. So it ends up being like an additional $14 extra per month. So it's a little over $2,000. I think I paid $2,100 or $2,000 change for the month last month, but I made about $2,800 in Bitcoin. So it's profitable, right? So I paid $25,000 for these machines. So it's profitable, $700 a month payable towards what I paid for those machines. So kind of doing a double play there. I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on here, but I do expect the market to pick up here potentially in the fall, especially if we do get any kind of a stock market crash, which leads me to the next thing where the U.S. credit was just downgraded from AAA to AA plus. And if that trend continues, if the dollar loses value, Bitcoin will continue to rise. Look at it as gold and silver, right? This is digital gold. So as the dollar devalues, if it devalues, it should initially in the short term go up here before it devalues potentially later in the year or 2024, because we did have this drop already and it should go back up a little bit. We will see on that, but that's kind of my feel of it, that we're running into the perfect storm of events. We got the halving coming up, which generally pushes Bitcoin prices up. We have ETFs potentially being approved by the SEC, which will really enormously push prices up. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin hit $170,000 in this next cycle, just based off historically the percentage that Bitcoin has gone up in each of these different cycles. That's where it pushes it with this next cycle. And of course, if there was more purchasing from these ETFs and BlackRock and these other powerful hedge funds out there, then we're going to see the price go up exponentially more. But I don't want you to buy just Bitcoin. This isn't investment advice or anything here, but you want to diversify yourself. And this week, I'm going to put out a list of my top 10 that you guys should look at and potentially invest in if you're interested. Dollar cost averaging now, still a great time to be dollar cost averaging in, but I feel we're at the very end of that. I feel we're turning, and we'll see what goes on here September, October, November. Always look for October surprises in the stock market, and that could push cryptos up, could push them temporarily down for a little while too, before they rise back up as the safe haven asset class out there. The SEC, since they lost that XRP lawsuit here, basically what that said was nothing is a security. None of these cryptos are securities out there with what they've done. Now, that's probably not true. Some of them might fall under the litmus test of a security. I don't know. But Ethereum wasn't deemed a security, and Cardano was just like Ethereum, so was Solana. So how could they be deemed a security? But the SEC continues to go after them. The SEC, and it makes sense that the US government is most hostile towards cryptos for the reason that the US dollar is the top dog and cryptos are enemies, natural competition to the dollar. So if they promoted this, they're basically saying they're de-incentivizing people to invest in the dollar. So you want people to invest in a dollar. That's why the SEC is doing what they're doing. That's why this is why we don't have anything done this year through Congress to basically legalize the crypto market, right? And make it so people know and understand what kind of investment is and what they want. And again, I'm not a big fan of regulations. I don't want regulations in the crypto market. I like it the Wild Wild West. That's me. I don't mind the risk, but a lot of people don't. So if they put regulations in there, that'll initially drop the market, but overall to stabilize and increase it exponentially. So I understand the benefit of that. I just personally know there's going to be so much overreach with KYC, know your customer. And they're going to want to know anything and everything about us, like this new WorldCoin token that's out there. Basically, it takes your eye, it gets your information from your retina, and they're temporarily offering, like basically universal basic income for this. Not a fan. I don't want to give my info. I don't want to give my eye. I want to keep everything under the radar. That's me. Some people might not mind it, but I personally don't like it. So PayPal launches a stable coin, right? That's the next thing we're going to dive into. With the PayPal stable coin, this is going to make things easier for people who utilize PayPal, right? And PayPal is huge, and it's had a nice surge with this stablecoin being launched. But I personally don't like it. They have too much power. They can, at any point, just like a bank, lock up your funds. I want no parts of that. I want decentralized stablecoins is what I want, a decentralized one. And I personally would like a decentralized stablecoin that's backed quite a bit by Bitcoin and not by other Bitcoin, maybe some USD, and maybe a few other things, gold, physical silver. That's personally what I would prefer. But we will see what watch it. There's the PayPal US dollar. Still on Ethereum, which I don't like either. Not the most, right? Not compatible at all. Just want to show you guys that again. I don't like the power that they have. They have too much control and are too much in bed with the government. So I really do not. I use PayPal, but I will not use their stable coin. But many people will. Young kids, millennials, Gen Z, they'll use it for the ease of use because it's an app on their phone. Anything that's an app on a phone, they're going to use, and it's going to be become very popular. Would be my guess. All right, let's see what else we got here. News, Bitcoin. Yeah, we talked about this. Chinese economic data could be good for Bitcoin, right? As their economy continues to fall, it helps the U.S. and it could help cryptos. Fed starts new program to oversee crypto activity in U.S. banks. Yeah, they're going to try to really make it difficult for people to utilize banks to send to these crypto companies. So if you haven't utilized Caleb and Brown yet, if you have funds you want to do, I would recommend sending them a wire. They're not an exchange like Coinbase or anything like that, so they're probably less likely to be looked at. But you guys want to be taking advantage as much. Again, they're going to make it much, much harder for people to buy cryptos here in the near term, and especially in the long term. All right, there's nothing big in there. Let's see if we've got anything here. All right, here's a good article in Bitcoin.com about the new stablecoin. It's control dynamics and freeze option. The freeze option means they can freeze it so you guys can't do anything with it. So I do not like that. They can make you hold it. Let's see if it has anything about that. Well, I'm not going to get into this since I don't know enough about this here to give you a good enough information on it. All right, let's see what else is going on. Argentine peso plunges to historic lows as uncertainty rolls before elections. We'll see what goes on here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Argentina, their currency has been in free fall, and it's been multiple times has been in free fall. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them adopt maybe Bitcoin as something against their currency. We will see. That's something that's just purely theoretical I'm putting out there. Since it worked for El Salvador and some other small countries. Again, these are small countries that's worked for, but it's still working. WorldCoin's offices were just raided days after the government suspended a crypto project. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that actually really is. This is basically an eye, though, by the way. All right. See if there's any new good info today here. Just refresh this. So I want to see WorldCoin sees 148% surge in unique addresses. Again, people, when they're getting free coins for doing nothing, people are going to take free. If it's free for me, right? That's an old saying. And so they're going to get people here and people will give up their ID. Federal Reserve Governor hints at more interest rate hikes. This would be an absolute disaster, but I think they may actually do this now because I think their intention is to destroy the small and your local banks, your smaller banks, and have Chase, have Bank of America, Wells Fargo eat them all up and have only bigger banks, which they all control, the government, world governments control. So I think that's what they're looking to do. All big companies surviving, small mom pops getting eaten up, which would be terrible for everybody. And that the trend is heading that way, though. The World Economic Forum, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. Well, no, you wouldn't be happy if you own nothing. Let me tell you that. There's nobody in this world that would be happy owning nothing. The fact that they think that is a problem. The fact that too many people go along, there's a lot of sheeple out there, unfortunately, that will go along with that. I personally am not one of them. Of course, most of you guys know I'm hugely anti-government. I like a tiny government. Right now, we have just such a massive government. It is so massive. In fact, most of you people on the call don't know this, but every year I'm driving back and forth between Pennsylvania, Florida, and New Jersey. We have our shore house in New Jersey, and I go up there basically June, July, come back in early August. I just came back 2 days ago here. And my dreaded part of my drive is always Virginia, from Richmond all the way through DC. And it is nonstop traffic, nonstop jammed up, because the federal government is so huge. They have so many companies that are basically, when they talk about the swamp, I don't think people realize this, but the swamp is all these other people that work for an arm of the government, right? They're subcontractors. They're not officially government employees, but they work for the government. And that's their way around it. Well, these people aren't government employees, but they are government employees. Without the government, there would be no employment for them. And it has become so huge that from Richmond through DC is an absolute nightmare to drive through. So I hate it, dread it. Even if I drive in the middle of the night, it is awful. And it was torture going through Virginia. Once I hit North Carolina, I'm golden. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, I fly right through. And then getting to Maryland, to Delaware, through Delaware, and then New Jersey is simple. It's Virginia. And I know a lot of people don't realize this, but when you drive through it year after year and you see it getting worse and worse and worse, that the government grows more and more and more, this is why I want tiny government. And this is why DC's real estate and Virginia's real estate has gone through the roof, because so many people are working in that area. So just a little tidbit there for people who did not know that. This is what we're dealing with, and this is a problem. All right, now let me go back to one quick look here. Nothing here. We talked about a bit of this already. I just want to go back to the top 100 list here. And if I were to give you guys a list, just to give it to you verbally here, obviously Bitcoin, I think, is going to be the most stable. If you dollar cost average that, you're going to be happy. I know you're not going to get the big massive returns that you could get on some of these altcoins, but your money will be a bit more stable. I would definitely, and I have totally changed here more because of Elon Musk, his love for Dogecoin and the fact that it may be used for Twitter and multiple other things for payment services. So Dogecoin could become valuable, and more so than Shiba Inu, which has some use cases, right? But I think Doge could become a little more valuable. I am hugely bullish on Cardano. It is so cheap right now, 29, under 30 cents here. That's one I definitely recommend. Still recommend Solana at 24. XRP, obviously, as I said. I'm not big on Ethereum. However, it will go up. It'll skyrocket. It'll go with Bitcoin. These are the 1, 2. And they will go up. You see, it's less than a third of what Bitcoin's market cap is as far as value. So let's see what else we got. Polygon Matic, I do like that a lot. Litecoin, again, like it. Polkadot, that would be a yes. Bitcoin Cash, another good one. Avalanche, Chainlink, Stellar. Stellar is one of those that you could really hit pretty big on. So if this goes over $1, you're doing pretty well. You could be 10xing your profits there. Cosmos is another good one. That's a good stable. It's utilized for so much. It's a strong older blockchain. Monero I love because this is completely nobody knows who bought, nobody knows who sold. So this is one of those secret blockchains, so you can't be tracked on it, which is great. I do like Monero a lot for that, but the price doesn't go up or down hugely because of that. Hedera Hashgraph, I do like. Ethereum Classic, I do like. That is proof of work, not proof of stake. So this one is mined. You mine Ethereum Classic. I said Hedera Hashgraph, which I do like. Kronos, that's crypto.com's native token, which is a decent one. VeChain I do like. Near Protocol I do like a lot. Again, decentralized finance, the DeFi space, which the government is going after right now, the DeFi space, because it's competition. So is Aave, DeFi space. The Graph is another one that's decent. Algorand, nice solid competitor to Ethereum, to Cardano, to Polkadot, and others. Axie Infinity has been pretty stable. Tezos, Theta, which you guys know I really do like. They're horrible at marketing. That's why they're so far down here. But they've moved up from 61 to 55. That's not bad. Decentraland, I do like, because this is the metaverse. Decentraland, Sandbox, and Gala. Phantom's okay. Again, I'll put together my list of the top 10. eCash is another fork of Bitcoin Cash. I do like it because, it makes transactions cheaper. Kava is solid. Gala, I like more than Chili's. Chili's is another one where you can get a nice return. What I'll have to do is go back and revisit the two lists I had before, the good ones to be in, plus your big plays, ones you're looking for to hit the lottery in essence. And you can just put a few dollars into those. The Pepe token might be a solid one to be in. It's dropped a little bit. Couldn't hurt. Again, it's an NFT type deal. Casper has potential, but haven't seen enough from it. Same with Mina. This is a stable coin. Zilliqa, which we talked a little bit about before, is again one of those big play, just like VeChain. You could hit it big with these. All right, those are the top ones there. It's kind of what I'm seeing in the market right now. We will have a call probably in 2 weeks. I do have to fly up to New Jersey again in a couple weeks. So depending on the timing of that, I'm not sure what day I'm going to do this yet, but we will see. All right, the fear and greed index of Bitcoin is 53. That is really good. It's neutral. That's why it's been trading sideways. So always keep your eyes on the fear and greed index. It does tell you a lot. It gets greedy. Maybe sell some, look for a pullback, and then buy back in. So, all righty, guys. I'm going to stop the share here. And I think we'll catch you guys probably in about 2 weeks here. Any questions, please reach out to me by email. And if anybody needs a one-on-one for a quick question or anything, feel free to reach out. Talk to you soon.